Hey, what's up? How's it going? Okay, so right now we're watching UFC 281. I bought the pay-per-view. It was like $72 Canadian or something crazy like that. Just keeps going up and up and up. But here I am getting ready to watch the Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya fight in about 5 fights from now. Right now they're hyping it up really hard with the old kickboxing matches between Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira. And they're showing Alex Pereira knocking out Strickland. That was a cool fight. Like their stare downs this week. Wednesday, no war paint. Friday, war paint from Pereira. I'm rooting for Pereira, straight up. Anything can happen. Watching my pay-per-view right now. Pretty cool. We got Anik, Joe Rogan, Daniel Cormier ringside tonight. And Carla Esparza is in the building. Madison Square Garden. It's cool. Madison Square Garden. That's like that's a legendary venue. And I just wonder how much longer will it be such a great legendary venue. It's like the best one alive right now, Madison Square Garden. It's like the Roman Coliseum, Madison Square Garden, you know, to an extent. I don't know, 2022. Right now they're hyping up the Zhang Weili fight mixed with Carla Esparza. They're showing that sweet back fist Zhang Weili pulled off with the yeah. She's great. Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. That Zhang Weili lady is such a favorite tonight. It's crazy. Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya. I decided I had to go and bet what you call out there. Alex Pereira. He is the underdog plus 185 on the app that I got. And I don't know, it's pretty crazy because like the odds I got on Carla Esparza plus 300, and that's pretty intense. So every like dollar I bet, I get like $4 from that. So I bet $40. I mean, I bet $10 on the Carla Esparza fight, so I'd get 40 back. Whereas the Alex Pereira fight, I bet 40 on Alex Pereira, so I'd get 100 back if I get lucky tonight. I say this all the time. These fights tonight, they're a coin flip. You know, anything can happen, especially when it comes to Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. That's a coin flip. The odds are saying Israel Adesanya, but it's still so 50-50 with their skills. And pretty excited to see that fight happening. Although I can't forget about the Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler fight. Pretty excited for that fight overall. But hopefully that one works out. I'm betting on Dustin Poirier to win against Michael Chandler tonight, but Chandler is on a roll, man. He can do it. Yeah, I mean, he can knock out Dustin Poirier if he has the opportunity. And Dustin Poirier can knock out Michael Chandler if he has the opportunity. They're both lethal weapons. It's going to be a really, really great show. Kind of combine my words at the beginning there with like really great show. But yeah, I'm also excited for the Chris Gutierrez versus Frankie Edgar fight. Frankie Edgar fight has been a legend for like a decade now or whatever. Long time. Been in the sport a long time. Right now, Dan Hooker is warming up in his dressing room. I put $20 on Dan Hooker tonight, but Again, these fights are all such coin flips, and yeah. So hopefully I get lucky tonight. We'll see what happens. But Claudio Puelles can totally knock out Dan Hooker, and same thing with Dan Hooker knocking out Claudio Puelles. Both are possible, and it's great to find out the answer right away. Rules of the octagon: 3 judges score about duration, 3 5-minute rounds. Main events and championships, 5 5-minute rounds. Round winner gets 10 points. Opponent gets 9 or fewer. Based on effective striking and grappling, then aggression, and if needed, octagon control. I think I consider too much octagon control when I do my couch coaching as a judge. My couch coaching as a judge, I always consider the person with more control a victor, because if it were like a straight fight, you could like do some evil shit if you have top control of them. So that's why it just racksing more points in my mind. But professional fighting point systems are they're cool. I like them. Like the point system for that O'Malley versus Yan fight that happened in 280. You know, I thought maybe Yan won that because of the control time, but the statistics gave that to Sean O'Malley, right? Really excited to see this one, though. Dan the Hangman Hooker against Claudio Puelles. The Peruvian Prince of Peru. That's what his nickname is. I think that's pretty cool. Claudio, Prince of Peru, Puelles. Right now they're showing replays of Dan Hooker knocking people the fuck out. And for if I win tonight, I get to have my victory wings. Made these wings myself. So if Dan Hooker wins, then I get to eat hot wings that I made from basically Frank's Red Hot sauce and red hot chilies, red hot chili peppers. Right now they're doing the Claudio Puelles interview into this fight, introducing this fight. First fight of the night. Puelles versus Hooker. You got Megan Olive ringside right now, doing her great broadcasting because she's super smart. Right now, Claudio is walking to the ring. Claudio is walking out to what sounds like Iron Maiden, which, I mean, that's pretty cool. Points for the Peruvian right there. Claudio Puelles from Lima, Peru. He's the only active Peruvian UFC fighter. So he's representing Peru tonight with a lot to prove. Anik is saying that Claudio found his groove. Joe is saying he's so talented, which, yeah. That's why he's at this caliber, this level. Claudio Puelles, can't pronounce his name properly, sorry. He's got the 4th longest winning streak in the UFC lightweight division, most knee bar submissions in UFC history. Finished 9 of 13 wins, 7 of those were submissions. So we're looking for Claudio Puelles to either submit Dan Hooker or possibly knock out Dan Hooker, or Dan Hooker to knock out Claudio Puelles. I bet on Dan Hooker, so if Dan Hooker wins, my $20 investment brings me hot wings if Dan Hooker wins. So go Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker's walking into the room right now. The room. The arena. And my UFC app has been freezing up once in a while. Froze for a split second there, but I'm live right now. This is awesome. So hopefully Dan Hooker wins. I didn't pick any, I wasn't picky with my bet. It was just a straight up bet. Dan Hooker to win, $20. So if Dan Hooker pulls this off, then yeah, money wise. Whereas Pereira, I'm emotionally invested. I don't know why. I just feel like he's, everyone's been saying this. It's Pereira's time to shine. But we'll see what happens. So I guess I just want that underdog to win the championship tonight. But anyways, we got Dan Hooker, one of 6 fighters in the UFC with finishes by 4 different strike techniques. He's got strong elbows, kicks, knees, and punches. Duh. We'll see what happens. 7th highest takedown defense in UFC lightweight history at 86.4%. 7th's pretty good. Dan Hooker's only 32. So if you're 32 or under, you can do it, man. Go find the UFC. Just checking out some of the tweets that they have on screen at live UFC 281 right now. Talking about gambling, of course. Wow. $1,000 parlay that can get you 76,000 at DraftKings tonight is what the tweet was talking about. That'd be pretty awesome. All right, Dan Hooker, 32 years old. Claudio Puelles, 26. The only really big difference is there's 3 inches in reach for Dan Hooker over Claudio Puelles. So here we go. Bruce Buffer's in the middle of the ring right now. We are live. Say this every time. Bruce Buffer is the man. And when it comes to Bruce Buffer, he is my hero in the UFC. You know what I mean? He gets to introduce all these fighters around the world as his job. Bruce Buffer is a legend, just like his brother Michael Buffer. If you get the chance, watch Mad TV, Life of Michael Buffer, his brother. But yeah, Bruce Buffer is awesome. Claudio Puelles' record is 13-2. So here we go. He is the plus 130 underdog, which is pretty evenly matched. Say this a lot. All the fights tonight are like coin flips. I guess any sporting event really is, 50-50. Either they win or they win. But I mean, sometimes you have like in the Olympics, like plus 5,000 for certain teams. But anyways, Dan Hooker, his record is 21 wins, 12 losses. Representing New Zealand tonight. Keith Peterson is the referee tonight. Here we go. Beautiful ring girl. Blowing kisses at the camera. Ariane, Brittany, Luciana. All right, round 1, here we go. Round 1. First strike leg kick from Dan Hooker. 4 minutes, 48 seconds. We got 4 minutes, 40 seconds left right now. Feeling each other out, so to speak, in the middle of the ring. keeping distance, respecting one another. You can tell both fighters really respect one another. I mean, why not? They have great skills. Another inside leg kick from Dan Hooker to Puelles. A swing and a miss from Puelles. Another land from Dan Hooker. 4 minutes left in round number 1. I'm giving the first minute to Dan Hooker. Nice jab from Dan Hooker. 3 minutes, 55 seconds left. Round 1, Dan Hooker versus Claudio Puelles. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left. Nice front kick attempt from Dan Hooker. Another inside leg kick landing to the thigh of Puelles from Hooker. Those add up over time. They make your legs so numb. We got 3 minutes, 22 seconds left, round 1, Puelles versus Hooker. Right now, I feel Hooker is advancing a lot more than Puelles. Puelles went for a really intense takedown struggle. Like right now, he's like lashed onto the legs of Dan Hooker. It's amazing. He just went for a dive. He dove and he fucking grabbed onto the leg of Dan Hooker. It was so hard to explain. But Claudio is a master of submissions. And Dan Hooker is fighting to get out of this possible leg lock submission. But Claudio is really struggling, really fighting hard now to take that leg lock. And he has 2 minutes, 45 seconds to pull it off. Wow. Dan Hooker has what you call triangled Claudio Puelles' leg. They're both in the sitting position. And he's keeping himself there away from the submission. So really good submission defense by Dan Hooker then. Because Puelles almost caught the fucking leg lock on Dan Hooker. That was crazy. That was amazing. When you see the fucking replay, you'll see what I mean when he dives for it and he fucking rolled for it. It was awesome. All right, so Dan Hooker is in real trouble right now because Claudio Puelles is trying to take the leg lock and Dan Hooker is trying to figure it out. Puelles is really working on his leg really hard. It's fucking awesome. This is like the coolest submission, maybe. Dan Hooker is really trying to get out of there, but his leg is pretty extended because Claudio Puelles' body is laying on top of Dan Hooker's leg. It's fucking crazy. This is crazy. I've never really seen that position that they were in. I don't know what to call it. It wasn't north-south or anything like that. But Claudio was laying on top of Dan Hooker's leg, and he wasn't able to do anything with the submission because his own body weight was on top of it, and Dan Hooker was that flexible. So we got 1 minute, 10 seconds left in round number 1, and Claudio Puelles going for that submission was amazing. That was phenomenal. He dove in for the leg, wrapped around like a snake. It was awesome. But now they're both back on their feet. Dan Hooker got his way out of that submission attempt. And Puelles is going for that crazy takedown attempt again. And Dan Hooker wants to fight on his feet. Joe Rogan is reflecting on how close it was that Dan Hooker almost got submitted there. Almost. Really good defense by Dan Hooker. Really great defense by Dan Hooker. Nice right cross from Dan Hooker to Puelles there. Striking-wise, Dan Hooker is in the lead. Submission attempt-wise, Claudio Puelles, that was an awesome submission attempt. We got 10 seconds in round number 1. Still anybody's fight. Still anybody's fight. Claudio keeps going down to the ground where Dan Hooker's like, get up, get up. But that's the end of round number 1. That's a really closely knit round. I don't know, man. That round was kind of like tied because of the strikes from Dan Hooker compared to the submission attempt from Claudio Puelles. I don't know. They kind of even out to me. I'm going to say they both won that round. They're tied that round. So we'll see what happens in round number 2. Hopefully Dan Hooker can pull it off, man. Because I want to eat my hot wings. And they're called victory wings because I'm allowed to touch them when one of my fighters gets a victory. So hopefully that happens. Right now, Claudio Puelles' corner is calling for more kicks from Puelles to Dan Hooker. Prohaska versus Teixeira 2, December 10th. That's going to be pretty awesome. I'm going to gamble on Teixeira again, but Prohaska's probably going to do it again. Excuse me. Okay, round 2. Claudio keeps going for that really fancy takedown that he landed the first time there. I don't know if he'll land that takedown again. He's really awesome at it, so he might be able to do it. We've got 4 minutes, 30 seconds, round 2 left to go here. And Dan Hooker is doing much more on the feet, so he's gaining up more points with more strikes than Claudio Puelles. Claudio Puelles keeps like leaping for Dan Hooker's lead leg. He keeps leaping for that lead leg. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left, round number 2. Claudio went in for another takedown attempt, but missing those takedown attempts also creates more points for Dan Hooker. Really good straight jab from Dan Hooker to Claudio Puelles. Dan Hooker's doing a really good job at classical boxing here. And Claudio Puelles went for the ankle again, and he does have the ankle of Dan Hooker. He's working on getting that leg there. Wow! Oh, that was close. Dan Hooker had Claudio Puelles in a guillotine for just 1 second, went to the ground. Claudio Puelles is calling for an eye poke, but the referee didn't see it. Both fighters are on their feet now. Claudio Puelles keeps going for that front leg. Daniel Cormier saying that leg leap that Claudio Puelles is just not working. True enough. Dan Hooker sees that one coming a little bit too much. But he does have he does have the heart though. Claudio Puelles just tried another leg leap. 3 minutes left, round number 2. That guy must have went for like 7 takedown attempts in the last minute and a half. Oh, there's number 8. Right now, Dan Hooker is kind of dominating. But Claudio keeps going for that leg takedown. If he gets it, and if he keeps trying to land for it and he gets it, you know what I mean? He could lead towards the submission the way he had almost in the first round, but right now Dan Hooker is kind of putting Claudio Puelles into a training program of his own right now. I don't know. Oh, here we go. There's a deep leg reach. He's trying to take down Dan Hooker right now. It's not really happening. Really good sprawl from Dan Hooker to defend the takedown that Puelles went for there. And right now, Dan Hooker is just working on the body of Claudio Puelles, putting a little bit of leverage into those punches, getting the body, laughing at Claudio Puelles because he just got back up on his feet. Dan Hooker's like, come on, man. Claudio Puelles went back down to the ground, and Dan Hooker gave him a really good kick to the body on the way, and he couldn't get up for a second, and the referee was like, get up. This is crazy. All right, we got minute 20, round number 2. Dan Hooker's kind of dominating. Claudio Puelles is looking for a leg lock that could be there. It could be there. Maybe. We got a minute, 7 seconds left. Claudio Puelles is trying to make it a ground game, and Dan Hooker's like not having it. Wow, another front leg kick to Claudio Puelles to end the fight with a TKO. A kick to the body from Dan Hooker created a technical knockout. That's pretty cool. Round number 2 knockout. I like it. Good job, Dan Hooker. Yeah, I mean, I bet $20 on Dan Hooker to win, and right now he's on top of the octagon, on top of the world right now because he just won. So let's have some victory wings. Thank you for my first bet. So it's a really good fight. And there was a part where Dan Hooker looked like he was in trouble because Claudio went for a really technical leg lock to, that knee bar, whatever you want to call it. And overall, Dan Hooker ended up persevering and giving Claudio Puelles enough front kicks to the body to stop fighting. Right now they're showing a picture of Israel Adesanya in the dressing room getting ready for his fight. Dan Hooker being a humble winner, congratulating his opponent for the match that they shared together. Right now, Keith Peterson is raising Dan Hooker's hand. Bruce Buffer is reading out the official result. Winner by TKO, Dan Hooker. Going to go to the after fight interview. Of course, Dan Hooker thanking God. Dan saying that he's 6 foot with a vicious hook. Dan Hooker talking about Perth. I guess he wants to fight in Perth. But yeah, Dan Hooker took it. Round number 2, TKO. It was pretty cool. It was from a couple of front leg kicks to the body of Claudio Puelles. So Dan Hooker knocked the wind out of one of his organs, his lungs and one of his organs, and it just, he stopped fighting after those 2 vicious leg kicks. Probably caused a little bit of internal bleeding, whatever. Could have ruptured his spleen for all I know. This is a good pay-per-view, man. I got victory wings early as well. That's pretty cool. I already ate 1. Got like 9 more to go. That's for you, Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker's performance tonight was awesome. Those front kicks, he threw his body weight into it and beat the shit out of Claudio Puelles. Kamaru Usman is in the crowd, of course. Aljamain Sterling is in the building. And the new champ, Leon Edwards. So tonight is Frankie Edgar's last fight. And it's an honor to have bought the pay-per-view of Frankie Edgar's last fight. I bet on Chris Gutierrez, but because it's Frankie Edgar's last fight, I would love for Frankie Edgar to fucking win tonight. All right, just gonna log into my Twitter. But yeah, that was a really good fight. Fight number 1, UFC 281. That was a really good fight. Claudio Puelles against Dan Hooker. Excuse me. Dan Hooker winning it with 2 big front kicks. Pretty awesome. Right now we're waiting for match bout number 2. And hopefully Frankie Edgar wins his last fight in here, you know what I mean? But money-wise, hopefully Chris Gutierrez wins. So good luck to both fighters because that's how much I respect both of them. All right. Can't log into my Twitter. I'll do it later. Right now they're showing Israel Adesanya on the screen, which is weird. I thought they just showed him in his in his change room like a second ago. I wonder which one's the replay. So Alex Pereira wore a bunch of war paint and a headdress at his weigh-in. I approve. That was cool. Frankie Edgar has had almost 8 hours worth of fight time in UFC. That's awesome. Yes, those wings are delicious. Because I know how to cook. All right. Gutierrez versus Edgar. Let's do this. Come on already. They're showing a bunch of replays of Frankie Edgar because his retirement is the big subplot tonight. Frankie is thanking the fight industry right now for his career. Sorry. Frankie is just talking up a storm about how his career, gave him a living, stuff like that. And I enjoy this story. It's cool. And now they're showing the Chris Gutierrez video to amp up this fight here. Gutierrez is talking about being underestimated. I can see that. But Chris Gutierrez is the favorite tonight, so I guess everybody's underestimating Frankie Edgar tonight when Frankie Edgar has already proven himself as a legend of the sport for sure. It's just unfortunate that a human body has a prime, and Frankie Edgar would do this forever if he could stay in his prime forever, is how I feel about it. That's probably how he would, yeah, it's my guess. I don't know what he would really do, but you know what I'm saying. Being in your prime for only so long, such a such a mortal feeling of being human, yeah. But Frankie Edgar's last fight tonight, about to retire. Excuse me. Right now, Chris Gutierrez is walking to the octagon. It's watching Chris Gutierrez walk to the octagon. He looks very emotional tonight. Guess it's one of his dreams come true to fight at Madison Square Garden. Where else in the world would you want to fight, right? Chris Gutierrez just being checked on the way into the octagon. Giving everybody a hug before he gets checked. And then he's going to enter the octagon any second now. So we got Chris Gutierrez, 7-fight unbeaten streak, third highest significant strike accuracy in UFC bantamweight history at 58.5%, and one of 10 spinning back fist knockouts in UFC history. One of 10 back fists in the UFC history. I like that one with Shawnee Carter versus Matt Serra. That was a really fucking good spinning back fist. Gutierrez shuffling around the octagon right now. All right, Frankie Edgar is about to enter. I really hope Frankie Edgar pulls this one off and then gets to retire with this win, but I did bet on Chris Gutierrez. So thanks, Victory Wings, Dan Hooker. Frankie Edgar, of course, running to the octagon. I like when Frankie Edgar beat BJ Penn, the prodigy. All right, Frankie Edgar, former UFC lightweight champion, second most significant strikes in UFC history, 1,799. Fourth most takedowns in UFC history with 73. Just listen to Joe Rogan. He's really cool. He's just talking about the BJ Penn fights that Edgar had to go through to prove himself when he beat BJ Penn when BJ was it at the time. Cormier talking about how Frankie Edgar plans to retire right after this. So Frankie Edgar, 41 years old. Chris Gutierrez, 31 years old. Height, 3-inch difference. Chris Gutierrez is taller. Everything else pretty much even. Edgar is the underdog, but never count out the underdog. Right now, Bruce Buffer is introducing the fighters. Was excited. Gutierrez. Okay. Round one. Frankie Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez. Here we go. Four minutes, 45 seconds. First kick from Gutierrez to Edgar. Four minutes, 30 seconds left. Round number one. Not much is happening. A lot of good feinting in between the fighters, but that's about it. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. Oh, a really good spinning elbow from Gutierrez to Edgar. 4 minutes left in round number one. I'm going to give round number one to Gutierrez. Good check by Gutierrez. He checked one of Edgar's leg kicks. It was really nice, well timed. I'm impressed by how fast Frankie Edgar is currently moving, though. I'm excited to see if anybody gets knocked out in this fight. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Round number one. Edgar versus Gutierrez. Right now, they're kind of just bouncing over the ring together. They're not really striking one another. That high kick was pretty good, though, just a second ago. Edgar versus Gutierrez. Edgar did a nice little high kick. Really good knee from Gutierrez to Edgar just ended the fight like that. Wow. With 3 minutes left, he knocked out Frankie Edgar with a beautiful knee right to the jaw, to the head of Frankie Edgar. So good job, Chris Gutierrez. You can see him getting really emotional winning his fight at Madison Square Garden against one of the best fighters once upon a time, Frankie Edgar. who is retiring after this fight. But yeah, that Gutierrez, he did great. That was awesome. That was amazing. Chris Gutierrez gave a really powerful knee strike to the head of Frankie Edgar, which ended the fight. You know, 3 minutes left, round number 1, I think it was. Crazy. Frankie Edgar's children are in the audience, so they just watched their father get KO'd, but so did a lot of the world because he's a professional at the sport, so I'm sure they can deal with it. Mm-hmm. Well, Frankie Edgar's career is over tonight. You can see that Frankie Edgar's getting pretty emotional right now. Gutierrez is giving him a hug and like trying to pick him up and stuff like that. You know, like he's the victor kind of thing. But yeah, you can see that Frankie Edgar is a little bit pissed off that his last fight didn't go in his favor. But he'll always be a legend, you know? And I was wrong. I said Frankie Edgar has been in it for over a decade. It was over 2 decades. But yeah, a beautiful front knee kick, or knee kick, a beautiful front knee from Gutierrez to Edgar ended the fight like that, lights out. That was a cool knockout. Congratulations, Gutierrez. That one's not knockout of the year, but it's pretty awesome. Knockout of the year will probably be, I don't know, Leon Edwards knocking out Kamaru Usman when Usman looked like he was going to win if the fight went the distance. We'll see. Bruce Buffer giving the official decision. Chris Gutierrez is super emotional right now. He's crying away a little bit, just a little bit, you know. But I mean, it was a really good time for him to prove himself. And he did that. So he was talking about being the underdog in his pre fight interview. Now let's go to his after fight interview. Joe Rogan calling him one of the most talented guys in the division. Joe Rogan was saying that Gutierrez looks a little bit bittersweet, but Gutierrez has his mom battling cancer and things like that, is what Chris said. Joe Rogan congratulating him on his performance tonight. But yeah, that knee strike from Gutierrez to Frankie Edgar, definitely going to be on the highlight reel in the morning. That was cool. I had a feeling Chris Gutierrez would win, but I was kind of hoping Frankie Edgar would win. But Chris Gutierrez ends up winning with a beautiful knee strike to the head of Frankie Edgar. That's that. How do you like them apples? Joe Rogan thanking Chris Gutierrez, saying it was an honor to call his fight. And right now, Joe Rogan is interviewing Frankie, who's probably about to retire. Joe Rogan asking him if he's proud of his career and stuff like that, more or less. Reminding him that millions of people are fans of Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar is saying he didn't want to go out like that. He wanted to win, but it's a competition. Frankie Edgar thanking his family for having his back. Frankie congratulating Chris. That's cool. That was awesome. Like Gutierrez with that knee to the face. That was fucking awesome. Well, that was a good fight. I'm glad I bet on Chris Gutierrez. Put $20 on Chris Gutierrez. Get a little bit back. Hopefully, a little bit more if the fights go my way. Like Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler are up next. Rooting for Dustin Poirier. Frankie Edgar giving his family a hug in his final fight. His sons look pretty emotional, but that's a good dad right there, man. Right? Has his sons ringside while he's retiring from professional MMA. Probably his sons are going to follow in his footsteps a little bit, maybe, or more or less. But yeah, Sylvester Stallone and Mike Tyson are in the crowd right now. That's cool. Francis Ngannou make an appearance. Moreno. But yeah, so far we're 2 for 2. I bet on Dan Hooker to win. Dan Hooker ended up winning. I bet on Chris Gutierrez to win. Chris Gutierrez ended up winning. And next is Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. I bet on Dustin Poirier, but Michael Chandler can definitely do it. And so can Poirier, right? We'll see what happens. Gagey on the screen right now. Just doing a in between fights kind of thing. Right now they're doing like a Justin Gagey talking about his coaches and the people that make him a better fighter. Oh, it's a commercial for ZipRecruiter though. I can dig ZipRecruiter. Right now they're hyping up the Yuri Prohaska Glover Teixeira #2 fight. If Glover ends up winning though, that'd be amazing because of his age. Like if he can do that, it would be like defying, the odds. But thinking about that though, you had Anderson Silva versus Paul, and that right there, that was pretty cool. But Anderson Silva just a little bit too old, allowed for Paul to win overall with points, yada yada. But yeah, Glover Teixeira versus Yuri Prohaska too. That ought to be pretty cool. It was amazing how much, like how it seemed like Glover Teixeira was winning the Yuri Prohaska fight number one, and then Yuri Prohaska ended up choking him out in the last minute. But that's all it takes is a moment, and Yuri seized on that moment, and now he's the champion. The rise of Paddy Pimblett is what they're hyping up right now. Looks like things are making way for Paddy Pimblett to be champion one day. But we'll see if he wins this fight against Jared Gordon. Robbie Lawler is fighting again this year. Cool. Against Santiago Ponzinibbio. I think Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Robbie Lawler. Santiago. Bryce Mitchell versus Ilya Tapura. I guess I'd root for Bryce Mitchell. But yeah, I guess they're killing time right now because of the fight ending so quickly in round number one, I guess. From Gutierrez to Frankie Edgar. But here we go with Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. Yeah, I think we're waiting for Michael Chandler to enter the octagon in a bit here. Right now they're doing the Dustin Poirier video before they enter the octagon. I love those replays from the Conor McGregor fights. Gotta respect Dustin Poirier though, knocking out Conor McGregor twice, more or less, and being one of Khabib's victims. Definitely respect. Dustin talking about reinventing himself now. I decided to bet on Dustin Poirier tonight, but Michael Chandler can easily do it too, so in fact, Dustin Poirier just said Michael Chandler is a very tough fight. They're showing the replay of when Michael Chandler knocked out Dan Hooker. Yeah, Michael Chandler seems like a cool guy though. So it'd be cool to see either of them win, but I'm betting on Dustin Poirier, but both are pretty cool fighters, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'm hoping to win, but as far as they go though, they're both cool fighters, It's cool to think that Charles Oliveira, you know, got both Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler, and they're fighting. They all got to be buddies behind the cameras, right? When they're not fighting. The pros. Yeah, they're showing the Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje fight. Wait, I can't remember the Oliveira Chandler fight. I don't know. I can't remember, man. This is a cool intro video. It ended with Michael Chandler saying, "Dustin Poirier, your time is coming." So Michael Chandler has a lot to prove here. Chandler, first one walking into the octagon right now. Michael Chandler, number 5 in the division. John Anik talking about how explosive he is. Excuse me. Yep, Michael Chandler about to enter the octagon right now. Giving everybody the old handshake and hug. What's up, player? Michael Chandler, former Bellator lightweight champion, one of 9 front kick knockouts in UFC history, finished 18 of 23 wins, 11 knockouts, 7 submissions. Cool. 2 fighters like this, though, man, Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler, somebody's got to get knocked out. It's got to be. It's like mathematical. Somebody's got to get knocked out. Wow. But yeah, Michael Chandler is in the middle of the octagon right now. About to hang out in his corner and wait for Dustin Poirier to enter the octagon. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Madison Square Garden. Everybody in the crowd looks like they're partying. I wonder who Drake is betting on tonight. He's probably betting on Poirier. If he's betting on one of them. So Poirier walking to the octagon right now. Dustin Poirier gives his girlfriend a kiss. Sorry, his wife. John Anik talking about the discipline that Dustin Poirier has. Joe Rogan talking about the Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier fight. Joe Rogan is just straight up calling Dustin Poirier the elite. But yeah, so you got Dustin Poirier from Lafayette, Louisiana. And Joe Rogan is talking about his leg kicks to slow his opponent down. So Dustin Poirier, former interim UFC lightweight champion, 6 most wins, 20, and finishes 13 in UFC history, 15 wins by knockout, 6 of those by submission. Or you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's pretty cool though. Prop bets to watch out for. Poirier to win by decision is plus 300. Let's. I don't think it's going to make it to a decision. I think one of them is knocking the other out. I hope Poirier wins for money, but at the same time, I'm just excited to see who wins against whom here. All right, so tail of the tape. Dustin Poirier 33, Michael Chandler 36, and everything else is pretty much dead even. Right now, Dustin Poirier is the minus 210 favorite. Michael Chandler, the plus 180 underdog. Bruce Buffer doing his thing. Michael Chandler, 23 wins, 7 losses. From Deerfield Beach, Florida. Michael Chandler bouncing around with his hand up. Most of the crowd is cheering. You can hear a couple of boos, though. A couple of Poirier fans booing. All right, so we got Dustin Poirier, 28 wins, 7 losses, 1 no contest from Coconut Creek. What? Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida. By way of Lafayette, Louisiana. Now I got it. You can see Dustin Poirier amping himself up. You can hear him screaming. It's pretty cool. The crowd went pretty loud when Dustin Poirier's name was screamed by Bruce Buffer. Our referee tonight is Dan Mergliata. All right, here we go. Go Poirier. Here we go. All right, round 1, Poirier versus Chandler. First strike. First strike attempt was from Michael Chandler. Poirier backed out of the way. Dustin in southpaw stance. Chandler, orthodox stance. Both in the center of the ring, kind of feeling each other out. I never seen Michael Chandler so nervous looking. It was a really good left from Poirier to Chandler. Good body kick from Chandler to Poirier. Threw like 4 of them, landed like 2 of them. Takedown attempt from Chandler didn't work out for him. They're both on their feet. Center of the ring, both fighters. Poirier reaching in for a jab to the body. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left, round number 1. Kick attempt from Chandler. Low kick attempt by Chandler. That one landed. Dustin Poirier using the jab to kind of keep Chandler at bay, but Chandler went in for a really good combination. If Chandler keeps doing combinations like that, Poirier's in trouble, man. Oh, a right hand from Chandler to Poirier kind of stuns Poirier a bit there. Oh, Poirier's up against the cage there, getting rocked. Oh my God, it's so close. Oh, good recovery from Dustin Poirier. But yeah, Dustin Poirier keeps standing right in front of Michael Chandler. But he's also landing a few too, so it's like it's really close. But that combination was sick by Chandler. We got 2 minutes, 35 seconds left. This fight can go either way. This is a really good match. This is really good. This is awesome. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left, round number 1. Oh, that was a really good right from Poirier. Really good boxing by Poirier as always. Oh, a takedown attempt turned into a headbutt from Chandler by accident. Chandler went in for a combination. Right now it's working. Oh my God, it's working. Right from Chandler, left from Chandler. Oh my God, he has Poirier up against the cage. He goes in for the takedown. We got Chandler on top of Poirier right now. This is fucking sick. 1:45 seconds left, round number 1. You can see that Dustin is hurt right now. There's 1:40 seconds left. Chandler is on top of Poirier. This is crazy. 1:30 seconds left, round number 1. Dustin Poirier is kind of recovering, almost getting on his feet, but Michael Chandler is wrestling him to the ground. It's awesome. 1:18 seconds left. Michael Chandler is trying to get the back of Dustin Poirier. This is crazy. Poirier is like on all fours right now, trying to get to his feet. Right now, Michael Chandler has good body grip against Dustin Poirier, trying to wrestle him to the ground. And Poirier is trying to wrestle his way back up to his feet so that he can make it a standing game overall, right? Oh, both fighters back up to their feet. 40 seconds left, round number 1. Yeah, this is a barn burner, though. This is awesome. Oh, it's good big shots from Dustin Poirier. Oh my God, a nice right from Chandler to Poirier. This is a slobber knocker, man. Whoa, a big right from Dustin Poirier knocks Chandler to the ground. Chandler got right back up, though. That was awesome. 20 seconds, round number 1. Dustin Poirier is teeing off. But Chandler's still trying to catch him too, man. It's a fucking crazy fight. They're just striking at each other. Fucking Dustin Poirier is rocking him right now, though. I think Chandler's about to be saved by the bell with 5 seconds. Here we go. Poirier teeing off on Chandler. 2, 1. Saved by the bell. Michael Chandler saved by the fucking bell. You can see Dustin Poirier kind of trash talking at the end of there. Wow. That was amazing. Like 3 minutes of that round kind of belonged to Chandler, and the last minute definitely belonged to Poirier, and the other minutes were kind of a tie. It was awesome. But yeah, it was so back and forth, but there's more damage inflicted on Michael Chandler than there is Poirier, is what it looks like from here. This is a fucking awesome fight. Right now, the cut man is working on Michael Chandler in between rounds, going to round 2 right away. Really big. They're showing replays right now of really big hands from fucking Michael Chandler to Poirier. And then they're about to show the replays of Poirier on Chandler. It was crazy, man. Good back and good fight. They keep showing a replay of a really strong right hand from Poirier to Chandler. You can see when he like opens them up there. It's cool. Respect those fighters. Here we go, round 2. Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. Chandler's a bloody mess. His eye's starting to puff up. He's got that mouse thing going on underneath his right eye. Poirier has a little bit of Michael Chandler's blood on him, it looks like. This is awesome. Round 2, both fighters respecting each other. Michael Chandler has blood all over his body. Chandler going in for the takedown. Nice wrestling. Wow, really nice wrestling. Took down Dustin Poirier, slammed him to the ground. That was awesome. Right now, Dustin Poirier is in full guard on his back. Michael Chandler rubbing his forehead up against the chin underneath Poirier, keeping his head there. trying to create as much leverage for his wrestling as possible. He knows. He knows. All right. Yeah, he's what you call it. Chandler's sticking into a really strong wrestling discipline right now, and Poirier is kind of just trying to get back onto his feet because that's where Dustin Poirier wants the fight. I believe we got 3 minutes 45 seconds, round two. And right now, Dustin Poirier is on the ground. Michael Chandler is bleeding all over Dustin Poirier. Like it's chunky blood. It's chunky blood. It's crazy. They might stop the fight in between rounds, man. Right now, Chandler is wrestling for Dustin Poirier's back. We got 3 minutes 15 seconds left. Wow. Right now, Michael Chandler is looking a lot like Charles Oliveira when he was on top of Dustin Poirier's back. But I don't know if he can make a break for the fucking rear naked choke or not. We'll see what happens. Michael Chandler's really trying to get that rear naked choke happening, but Dustin Poirier's trying to fight out of it. It's crazy. Michael Chandler is bleeding all over Dustin Poirier. Oh my God, he might have sunk it in. Oh, I thought I saw Dustin Poirier tap. What happened? Dustin Poirier is in trouble right now, man. I could have sworn I saw him tap, though. I mean, if you look at the replay later, check it out. It looks like Dustin Poirier tapped a bit. That's fucking crazy. The fight's still going. We got 2 minutes, 20 seconds left, round number two. I swear to God, fucking Dustin Poirier tapped there for a second or something. That was crazy. Yeah, right now, like Michael Chandler is trying to lock in that rear naked choke. Yeah, he's had back control pretty much most of round two. It's pretty crazy. Dustin Poirier definitely wants the fight on his feet, but it's been a crazy round two, that's for sure. Chandler bleeding all over Poirier. 1 minute 40 seconds left in round number two. All the blood on both of them. It's all Chandler's. Poirier is trying to do a couple of submissions from the bottom, but not enough leverage to really make it happen against Michael Chandler anyway. 3 minutes and 3 seconds of ground control time so far for Chandler in round number two. So maybe round one, Poirier. Round two so far, Chandler, with 1 minute left in round two. Hammer fist to the back of the head from Chandler. The referee's kind of warning him, but not really. Every shot there was like 4 shots to the back of Dustin Poirier's head, but you don't hear the referee kind of complain about it. Right now, Poirier is struggling to survive here. All right, now Poirier went back into full guard. This is a tough fight for Poirier now. 25 seconds in round number two. This is a fucking amazing fight because it went back and forth. I love it when fights go back and forth like that. Round three will be the decider. We got 10 seconds left in round number two. I swear to God, Dustin Poirier looked like he tapped. Looked like he fucking tapped. But check out the replay later when they show the replays for UFC 281 here. It really looked like Poirier tapped for a second there, but we'll see. I'll check it out later. But yeah, live from Madison Square Garden, Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler so far has been a really fucking strong slobber knocker of a fight. Right now, Poirier's coach is saying, you can put him away. Put him away. You need this round. There's so many good back and forths from Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler. And the control time from Michael Chandler kind of makes me think that the judges will see it in Michael Chandler's favor, but all that control time was in round number 2. So we'll call it 1 round versus 1 round. There's a possibility that Dustin got an 8 in round number 2. Chandler got a 10 in round number 2. Possibility. They're hyping up Lewis versus Spivak next week. Okay, round number 2 here. Man, I'm sorry, I'm tripping out. Round number 3. This will decide Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler right now. Round number 3, here we go. Both fighters in the center of the octagon over top of the monster logo right now. The live odds from DraftKings, dead even. So the winner of this round will probably be the victor, depending on the judges. Got 4 minutes, 30 seconds left, round number 3. The end of this fight is happening in 4 minutes, 20 seconds, unless somebody gets knocked out. A lot of people on Twitter are calling it 19-19. So far, it's a tie game. Round number 3 will decide it all. Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. Nice high kick from Dustin Poirier. Right now, Poirier doing his boxing. Oh, Michael Chandler, 4 minutes, going in for a takedown. Didn't work. Didn't work yet. Oh, wow. Michael Chandler picks up Dustin Poirier. Kind of takes him to the ground and takes his back. But now Dustin Poirier ended up on top. So Poirier has top position on the ground right now. This is amazing. Wow. Wow, Poirier has the back of Michael Chandler with a body triangle. With a body triangle, man. I don't know what's... Oh, man. This is going to be rough for Michael Chandler. Unless he can figure it out right away. But right now, Dustin Poirier is on the back of Michael Chandler in the sitting position. And he has a body triangle locked in with his legs. So this is going to be really tough on Michael Chandler. The next 3 minutes, the last 3 minutes of this fight, we'll see what happens, man. Oh, wow. Poirier going for the rear naked choke. It's sunk in deep. Poirier with the win. Dustin Poirier pulls it off with a rear naked choke, man. He fought for that. He fought for that. But at the same time, I swear he tapped in round number 2. Check out the replay later. But in round number 3, Poirier chokes out Michael Chandler at Madison Square Garden. That was a fucking awesome fight. They were dead even going into round number 3, probably. And it's just amazing to see Dustin Poirier become the victor. Congratulations, Dustin Poirier. That was awesome. Dustin Poirier walking around the arena all amped up, of course. Michael Chandler feeling a bit down in his corner. I mean, obviously, but they're pros. They can handle it. That was awesome. Great fight. Respect to both fighters. Michael Chandler bled all over the place. It was crazy. But congratulations, Dustin Poirier. Because, like, Michael Chandler had, like, the back of Dustin Poirier for a bit. Michael Chandler had top control for a lot of the fights. And it was crazy that Dustin Poirier ended up kind of wrestling his way to the back of Michael Chandler in order to give him a rear naked choke and using that body triangle for such leverage. It was amazing. But I swear, man, I swear Dustin Poirier tapped in round number 2, but I guess we'll see later. I swear he fucking tapped, but the referee didn't see it or something like that. It was crazy, man. But yeah, Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier ends in round number 3 with Dustin Poirier submitting Michael Chandler. I saw a knockout coming, you know what I mean? But Dustin Poirier won with a submission, so that was cool. Respect to both fighters. Apparently, Dustin Poirier has some good hot sauce. Like, you know, he markets hot sauce. Kind of want to check that out. But hot sauce is hot sauce. When you got Frank's, Frank's is the best. But anyways, yeah, Bruce Buffer is about to read the official decision. You know, or you know what I mean, the official results. Murgliata has put a stop to this contest in 2 minutes of... All right. But But yeah, submission, rear naked choke, Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Madison Square Garden, on top of the world right now. Fans cheering. Dustin Poirier calling Michael Chandler a warrior, shaking his hand. And both of them are being cool about it. I respect that. Strong professionalism from both fighters. Joe Rogan congratulating Dustin Poirier on an awesome victory. Oh. Okay, so apparently Dustin Poirier is saying that Michael Chandler fish hooked Dustin Poirier, but the referee didn't see it, right? To try to get a rear naked choke, but it didn't really work out. That was pretty cool, though. Thought he was tapping, man. That was crazy. I guess maybe he was reaching for his fish hook to pull it out of his mouth, right? Like, just like, give me that finger. Poirier reflecting on Michael Chandler's explosiveness. Joe Rogan asking Dustin Poirier what was surprising about the fight. It was Dustin Poirier said he was surprised that Michael Chandler was still there until he won, you know? Joe Rogan saying that Dustin Poirier is still one of the absolute best in the division. Okay, they're replaying the fish hook right now. Kinda. I know I can't see where his glove is. You can't prove anything from that angle. They're trying to show like a fish hook from Michael Chandler to Dustin Poirier, but from the angle they had there, you can't really judge it from that angle. But it was amazing though, like all the wrestling from Michael Chandler and the way Dustin Poirier ended up on the back of Michael Chandler. You know, it was crazy. Sometimes when it seems like when a wrestler goes up against somebody who knows jujitsu, that eventually the wrestler, when they get into a certain mode, they forget about their opponent's jujitsu, and that's sort of what that reminded me of there. But I don't think that's, that might not be the case, but that's sort of what it reminded me of. Oh yeah, yeah, they're showing the fish hooking right now. Wow, a dirty old fish hook from Michael Chandler. So Michael Chandler has a long career in his sights, so it's nice to see the dirt coming right now. So next Michael Chandler fight, watch out for those fish hooks. Halle Berry is in the audience. Kevin Holland with Holly Holm. Miles Teller. Miles Teller was awesome in the movie Whiplash. That's like my favorite Miles Teller movie, I think. But there's so many. But yeah, that was awesome, man. Dan Hooker winning. That was great. Chris Gutierrez winning. That was awesome. And of course, Poirier pulling off that submission. That was awesome too. But right now we're going to Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. In between that though, I'm gonna go get myself a drink. Be right back in like 30 seconds, a minute. Switching it up to orange juice. But yeah, they're doing the fight hype for Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. I'm gonna eat this before the fight, or some of it anyway. Bought this for my daughter the other day when she was over. She wanted one of these, so I got it for her. Right now, they're showing us a trailer for the new Sylvester Stallone movie, Tulsa King. Or is it a series? Ooh, Tulsa King is a new Sylvester Stallone series. Right now they're showing the show Power Slap. Power Slap's a pretty crazy show, man. People just line up next to one another and slap each other. So I guess to get the best power slap possible, right? You put force behind it, and then you put like speed behind it, right? Like so, but like practice more. The more you practice, the more force you can generate. But anyways, Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. Right now, number one in the division is Rose Namajunas, who just had that new documentary about her. I'll have to check that out. But ever since that last fight against Carla Esparza, 1 minute they love you, 1 minute they hate you. I don't hate Rose Namajunas, but that was a bummy fight, man. Carla Esparza only won that because of like one extra takedown points. Rose took down Carla Esparza at the end of the fight, and Rose thought that was enough to keep her title, is what it looked like. But it was too late. She didn't risk it soon enough, and she didn't go for it all. And that's why Carla Esparza is the champ right now. Right now, Joe Rogan talking about Carla Esparza's wrestling. If she can get in that top position, she's nasty. When it comes to Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili, I can see Zhang Weili winning from points, more strikes. And then when it comes to the Carla Esparza possibility of winning, I can see Carla Esparza using her wrestling. But we'll see what happens. Carla Esparza is a huge underdog. And I decided to bet on Carla Esparza. Right now they're doing a Carla Esparza interview about Weili. Weili, respected by Carla Esparza, of course. Carla talking about going for the finish. But we'll see. They're showing a couple of cool clips of Zhang Weili knocking people out and submitting them, things like that. Pretty cool. I can see Zhang Weili winning, but it's just I really hope Carla Esparza wins. I only put $10 on Carla Esparza, but she is our underdog bet of the night. I mean, Adesanya and Pereira. Pereira is an underdog I bet on, but yeah, I mean, like the bigger underdog of the night is Carla Esparza. Right now, Zhang Weili is coming out to, I don't know, what sounds like Chinese pop. Crowd getting pretty loud in Madison Square Garden. Zhang Weili staring directly into the camera with a cold, hard killer look. Is she going to walk that slow all the way to the octagon? She's walking really slow, like unbearably slow. She's really getting a lot of TV time right now, though. Zhang Weili, number 2 in the division. She's one of 3 active Chinese female UFC fighters. But yeah, Zhang Weili really walks into the ring really slowly. Walking a little bit faster now that the crowd is kind of like there. Yum. Yeah, Zhang Weili making her way into the octagon right now. Joe Rogan talking about her discipline and her fluidity in her movement. She's standing right on top of the Modelo logo on her way into the octagon. Zhang Weili in previous interviews was saying that if Carla Esparza isn't hitting me, I'm going to be hitting her. That's a good attitude. Zhang Weili versus Carla Esparza is going to be awesome. Zhang Weili, former UFC strawweight champion, only Chinese UFC champion, third highest strike rate in UFC strawweight history at 5.78 per minute. Finished 18 of 22 wins, 11 knockouts, 7 submissions. So Zhang Weili is definitely hungry for this title again. They mixed up the favorite and the underdog of the odds before the fight. They're saying that Carla Esparza is a plus 310 favorite. They got that backwards. So Carla Esparza is about to walk into Madison Square Garden, the arena area, into the octagon, using the Dropkick Murphys, is what it sounds like. As her song. You know that song from The Departed with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jack Nicholson? Yeah. But yeah, this is awesome. We got the newly married Carla Esparza walking into the octagon right now. Respect to Carla Esparza. Just watching Carla Esparza enter the octagon. She's about to enter it. I like looking at their faces before the match. Zhang Weili looked more confident than Carla Esparza, is what I read from their faces. But anything can happen. Every fight on this bill here is a coin toss. Carla Esparza about to take a drink of her water bottle, holding out the Monster logo in order to advertise. Wonder how much Monster gives them, you know? Carla Esparza, UFC strawweight champion, former Invicta FC strawweight champion, longest active win streak in UFC strawweight division with 6, most takedowns in UFC women's history, 44 takedowns. Hopefully she can land 6 more takedowns and have 50 by the end of this fucking fight. Right now the cut man is giving her the Vaseline on the way in. Checking her gloves, make sure there's no mercury or barbed wire. They keep showing the odds wrong. Zhang Weili is the minus 380 favorite. Carla Esparza is the plus 1310. Underdog is what they're showing, but it's the other way around. The favorite is Zhang Weili tonight. But yeah, one of the UFC video editors who works on the display fucked up favorites and underdog. But anyways, okay, tail of the tape. The only real big difference is what? 3 inches in height from Zhang Weili. They got it right on the tail of the tape. They listed Zhang Weili as the 380 favorite, Carla Esparza as the plus 310 dog. This is going to be a great fight. This is the co-main event of the evening. Carla Esparza, like, she's standing really stoically, really, you know, the way she always does before a fight. Referee for this co-main event, Keith Peterson. Five rounds for the strawweight championship of the world. Introducing first, Zhang Weili out of Beijing, China. She is the minus 380 favorite with 22 wins and 3 losses, standing at 5'4". There's a lot of people holding Chinese flags in the crowd rooting for Zhang Weili right now. It's hard. All right, Carla Esparza. She is our plus 310 underdog with 20 wins, 6 losses, 5'1". Here we go. She is the reigning and defending undisputed UFC champion. Here we go. Strawweight. You get it. Uh-oh. It's freezing. The fuck, man. Hang on. Just give me a second. It's freezing right before the Carla Esparza fight. Guess I'll just fucking close the app and reopen the fucking thing. That's pretty brutal, but hopefully we'll get back before round number 1 even starts. Bought the pay-per-view for 72 Canadian dollars. Fucking better work. That's with tax. It's like 64.99. Okay, here we go. Round 1. We're at 4 minutes 50 seconds right now. 5-0. So nice inside leg kick from Zhang Weili to Carla Esparza. Center of the ring right now. Zhang Weili has the center of the ring. Carla Esparza a little bit on the outside, inside the ring, you know what I mean? Couple of good feints from Esparza to try to make a jab there. Didn't really work out. Inside leg kick from Zhang Weili again. Good jab from Carla Esparza. We got 4 minutes, 5 seconds left. Another nice inside leg kick from Zhang Weili. That inside leg kick is working for Zhang Weili right now. Hopefully she keeps that up. You got 3 minutes, 40 seconds in round number 1. Couple of good jabs from Esparza. Couple of good psych out jabs from Zhang Weili to create some distance. Makes Carla Esparza think about rushing in on Zhang Weili. Nice high leg kick from Zhang Weili. Nice block from Esparza. Inside leg kick to from Zhang Weili to Esparza again. Zhang Weili is being really aggressive right now. I like it. 3 minutes left, round number 1. Combination from Esparza, 1-2, didn't land. Inside leg kick from Zhang Weili again. She keeps working at that. She's working on the inside thigh of Carla Esparza. Carla Esparza's corner is calling for a level change. Calling for more combos. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, round number 1. A really good combination from Zhang Weili to Carla Esparza. Carla Esparza takes a leg from Zhang Weili. Uh-oh. Zhang Weili is trying to take the back of Esparza right now. Esparza trying to get dominant control on top of Zhang Weili. Wow. A little bit of a headlock from Carla Esparza. Zhang Weili reverses it, goes to the back of Esparza. Right now, Zhang Weili kind of has the back of Esparza. But Esparza is trying to get back into top control. Oh my God. They're flipping over. They're scrambling. It's crazy. It's awesome. 1 minute, 45 seconds left, round number 1. Right now, Esparza is on top of Zhang Weili. Zhang Weili is in full guard. Really cool work. Good work by Esparza to get on top there. 1 minute, 30 seconds left, round number 1 for the strawweight championship. Right now, Zhang Weili is in full guard on her back. Carla Esparza is on her feet now. Zhang Weili trying to kick her way back up, and they're both on their feet now. There was a bit more top control from Esparza there. 1 minute left, round number 1. Esparza versus Zhang. Nice leg kick from Zhang Weili, but that leg kick, Esparza turned it into a takedown for her. Wow. Nice scramble by Zhang Weili. Right now, Zhang Weili fought her way to get on top of Esparza. Carla Esparza trying to stay in a guard. She only has a single guard right now. She's in full guard. Got 15 seconds left, round number 1. Esparza versus Zhang. That was a really good round. 5 seconds left. Round number 1. Wow, round number 1. Wow, both fighters, really good work. Round number 1. I don't know who to give that round to. I'm gonna give that round to Esparza. So we'll say Esparza 1 round, Zhang Weili, down 1 round. But who knows what the judges think? We'll see. Maybe if we make it to a decision. That was an amazing round number 1, though. Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. Amazing round 1. They're showing a couple of good replays. Carla keeps grabbing for the leg whenever Zhang Weili does a really high body kick. All right, here we go. Round number 2. Zhang Weili versus Carla Esparza. First strike, round number 2. Inside leg kick, Zhang Weili, 4 minutes, 43 seconds. That was the first land of round number 2. Nice combination from Esparza then. Nice high kick from Zhang Weili there. Blocked, but still, yeah. Body kick from Zhang Weili. Carla Esparza goes in for a shot to take down Zhang Weili. Didn't work. It almost did, though. That was cool. But Zhang Weili is trying to reverse it now. Wow, oh my God. Zhang Weili has back control of Carla Esparza in crucifix position. Zhang Weili could possibly choke out Carla Esparza here. This is crazy. Carla Esparza is fighting for her life, man. Oh, she's got the hand behind the head. It's over. It's done. Underneath the chin. Rear naked choke in the weird crucifix position by Zhang Weili. That was an amazing submission. Good work, Zhang Weili. Fuck my $10 I'll never see again because I bet on Carla Esparza. But that was a cool fight. Round number 1, that was amazing. Round number 1 was amazing. Round number 2, Zhang Weili chokes out Carla Esparza. Cool. Right now, Weili giving all of her team hugs. Couldn't have done it without you. Showing some replays now. So Carla Esparza goes in for a takedown. Zhang Weili scrambles her way to having back control of Esparza. And then while having back control in a crucifix position, Zhang Weili ends up choking out Carla Esparza. That was fucking awesome. Wow. That was awesome. I was watching the rear naked choke again. Like Carla Esparza was defending the rear naked choke by controlling the left hand of Zhang Weili, and Zhang Weili opened up her left hand and then got it behind the head of Carla Esparza, finishing for a really nice technical choke. Good submission. Great job by Zhang Weili. It cost me $10, Zhang, but worth it. That was awesome. Bruce Buffer reading the results right now. Keith Peterson calls a stop to this contest. 1 minute, round number 2. Submission, rear naked choke, and new. So your new strawweight champion, Zhang Weili. Cool. Sees Zhang Weili's corner getting emotional. I like that. Those coaches worked hard with her, you know? I mean, both sides, but still, like, Joe Rogan doing the interview. Zhang Weili has a translator. So Zhang Weili's new record, 23 wins, 3 losses. So Zhang Weili has 11 knockouts and now 8 submissions. That's pretty cool. Remember that time Zhang Weili choked out Carla Esparza at 281? Madison Square Garden? That's fucking awesome. Zhang Weili can't explain this moment. She's saying thank you to all of her supporters, her family members, all over the world as her fans. Zhang Weili pretty emotional right now. The belt around her. All that hard work paid off. Just check looking at the back there. Her team, they're all teary-eyed and crying because they're like, they're champions with her. Surreal. Madison Square Garden. What a cool life. Zhang Weili thanking everybody for their support. Joe Rogan asking if Zhang Weili expected to win by submission. I don't think she expected it. Well, we'll see in a second here. Zhang Weili said that she has so many ways to finish her. Submission is only one of them. It's a tough answer. I like that. But yeah, Carla Esparza taps to Zhang Weili. Rear naked choke. Round number 2. 1 minute in. That was cool. Zhang Weili hogging the microphone. Always get back up again. Never give up is what Zhang Weili is saying right now. Joe Rogan congratulates her. Cool. Guess we're going to have an interview from Carla Esparza, maybe? Yeah, Joe Rogan interviewing Carla Esparza. Carla Esparza expected Zhang Weili to be good everywhere. Tipping her hat to Zhang Weili. Joe Rogan thanking Carla Esparza, saying, I can't wait to see you back in the octagon. Yep, Zhang Weili's night. Good for her. Her team carries her around the octagon right now while she puts her hands up like a champion. Olympic gold medalist Shaun White is right next to, what's his name, Miles Teller. Volkanovski is in the building. I'm really excited for Alexander Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev. Ooh, Cannonier versus Strickland. Or they're going to have a fight night. Cannonier's got to take out Strickland there, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Thompson versus Holland ought to be fun. I think Thompson's going to win. Wonder Boy. But yeah, so far tonight has been a really great night. UFC 281 success so far for sure. Right now, they're hyping up UFC 284, February 11th, 2023. That's going to be awesome. Right now, they're showing Makhachev highlights and Volkanovski highlights. Yep, Volkanovski is a human highlight reel. And I mean, so is Islam Makhachev, but man, this could be a crazy fight. Alexander Volkanovski going for a double championship. It's unreal. I thought it was really cool when Islam Makhachev, like, he finished off Charles Oliveira, and he was like, "Where's my next opponent? Volkanovski, come here." And then Volkanovski went to the octagon. It was cool, and they had their first face-off right there. Joe Rogan calling Alexander Volkanovski wild for taking the chance of fighting Islam Makhachev with his winning streak and all that. I don't know why, but I feel like Makhachev is going to walk through Volkanovski, but that's not how Volkanovski is, you know? Like, Volkanovski's a champion for a reason. So it's going to be incredible to see Makhachev versus Volkanovski. Right now they're hyping up Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett. They have enough time to amp up all these fights because the other fights ended so quickly. But yeah, so far betting wise, it's been a pretty good night. We're waiting for a main event. It's been a really good night of fights though. Right now, Daniel Cormier, Joe Rogan, and John Anik are talking about Emmett and Yair Rodriguez. Israel Adesanya in a locker room right now. So yeah, hopefully, I'm rooting for Pereira to win. All of the pros picks though, like most of them were Adesanya. Most of them were like, Izzy's going to take this one, man. But I really fucking hope Alex Pereira wins. Pereira has won against Adesanya before in kickboxing, but this is a little bit of a different sport. So, Chris Gutierrez versus Frankie Edgar. I ended up winning a couple of bucks because Chris Gutierrez finished off Frankie Edgar with a nice knee. That was fucking awesome. When it came to Dan Hooker versus Claudio Puelles, that was great. Dan Hooker ended up taking that one. And then Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. That was awesome. I didn't see that submission coming. That rear naked choke or whatever the fuck it was from Dustin Poirier. And then I think it was, I don't know, I'm mixing up finishes right now. But Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. I just saw it a second ago. Zhang Weili ends up winning. That was cool. Fucking Zhang Weili with her fancy crucifix position style fucking rear naked choke. It was awesome. So Adesanya's money line bet is minus 215. And Pereira's bet is plus 185. Please, God, may Pereira knock out Adesanya. Please. All right, here we go. Right now, number one in the division is Robert Whittaker, then Jared Cannonier, and then Marvin Vettori. Alex Pereira is the only one that can really, get the job done. He's going to do it tonight, I hope. Coin toss, ladies and gentlemen. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Coin toss, but go Alex Pereira. Okay, they're showing the pre-video, live fight introduction for Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya. Showing all of the left hook knockouts from Alex Pereira. I like all of the Joe Rogan sound bites where he's like, this is one of the most ferocious fighters. They're showing that knee to the head of, what the fuck was his name? Is that Michaelitis or something? I can't remember. But there was a really nice knee knockout that Alex Pereira ended up doing. It might have been Michaelitis. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Left hook to Powell. Left hook to Sean Strickland. Left hook to Israel Adesanya before a long time, 5 years ago, whatever it was. Right now, they're talking about their first two fights, Pereira versus Adesanya. And Israel's like, oh, the first fight I won, more or less, but the judges saw something else, right? And then the second fight, Pereira won with the knockout. There's a bunch of sound bites of like being like, oh, Pereira's jealous of me. But I don't know. I hope fucking Pereira wins tonight. I forget who it was that Israel Adesanya won against, and he just kind of he kept going, man. He just kept going. It was like it wasn't humble, the way like Lyoto Machida will like beat up somebody and then like bow to him. It wasn't like humble like that. It was very like rude almost, but I don't know. So I kind of hope, based on stuff like that, that Alex Pereira wins, because every time I saw Alex Pereira win, there's always been like instantly like handshake and like he was like rubbing it into the other person that he just conquered, kind of thing. Yeah, but we'll see what happens tonight, though. When you're that big of a champion of a superstar like Israel Adesanya is, you're kind of allowed to be rude, so to speak. Reminds me of this one movie. What was it? It was like I Spy with Owen Wilson and Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy played what's his name? The champion. He played the champion of the world in boxing, and Kelly Robinson. And yeah, like Eddie Murphy played that perfect to a T in the movie I Spy. Check it out. Kind of reminds me of that just a little bit, but yeah, Adesanya versus Pereira coming right up. Super exciting. I bought my pay-per-view for $72 Canadian. Worked hard for that shit. Now here it is, baby. All the hard work paid off because I love this shit. Pereira coming into some sort of like indigenous sounding music. I can respect that. Pereira said his great grandfather or great grandparents are indigenous. So that's pretty cool. Wore war paint to the weigh-ins. That was cool. Right now, Pereira making his way to the octagon in fighting stance. Alex Pereira stops for a second to do the old, Archer thing. Showboating for the crowd at Madison Square Garden. This is a really good show, man. So many people in the arena right now. So many people buying this on pay-per-view. This pay-per-view is worth it, man. And we're about to start the main event, and like already this pay-per-view is worth it. God, I hope Pereira wins. All right, Alex Pereira is on a 6-fight win streak. He's the former Glory kickboxing light heavyweight champion. Finished 5 of 6 wins, all knockouts. Daniel Cormier reflecting on Alex Pereira's left hook. Yeah, Pereira's left hook is pretty lethal. Alex Pereira in the blue corner tonight. I wonder if Israel Adesanya is going to come out in an interesting fashion. Last time he came out as the Undertaker, from WWF, WE days, whatever. He carried an urn on his way to the fight against, what's his name? Can't remember. It's like Whitaker or something. But Pereira versus Adesanya. This is gonna be cool. Adesanya is coming into the arena right now, the octagon. I wonder who Drake bet on tonight, man. I'm gonna look into that after this fight. Right now on the screens in the arena are a couple pics of Saw. Jigsaw, the fucking puppet. I wonder if that has anything to do with like a costume or something that Israel Adesanya is about to wear. There's a bunch of red lights in the arena showing the knockout against Whitaker and the way he beat up Paulo Costa. I like how Paulo Costa blamed that on a bottle of wine. No, Israel Adesanya is just walking out like a champ. No gimmick. Just a little bit of anticipation. Building up that suspense. Walking out to the music of Saw. At the end there, when Jigsaw's like, game over. That theme. That's a really cool choice of Israel Adesanya to come out to the music of Saw. That's pretty cool. Like I more recently saw that movie Spiral from the Book of Saw with Chris Rock, and I thought that was awesome. That's what this Saw theme is making me think about right now. Samuel L. Jackson is in that movie. It's a good movie. Check it out. Spiral from the Book of Saw. But yeah, Izzy right now is on the side of the octagon, giving everybody the old handshake, hug. What's up, brother? Stuff like that. Izzy fixing his hair. All right, man. This is awesome. Almost there. I hope Pereira fucking does it tonight, man. Okay, we got Israel Adesanya, UFC middleweight champion, number 2 ranked male pound for pound fighter in the world, longest active win streak in UFC middleweight division, 12. Second most knockouts in UFC middleweight history, 12. So this would be a really big win if Izzy can pull it off. And this will be a really life-changing win if Alex Pereira can pull it off. And like, I mean, it would change Alex Pereira's life for the better if he can do it. But we'll see what happens. Khabib Nurmagomedov tweeted, "I don't miss Adesanya's fights and actually feel he doesn't get enough credit," or something like that. Man, this is a good one. Okay, so Adesanya standing in the red corner right now. Both fighters stoically staring at one another. Alex Pereira looking directly in the eyes of Israel Adesanya, not looking away. Here comes the tail of the tape right now. Tail of the tape. Israel Adesanya, 33. Alex Pereira, 35. Both are 6'4". Both are basically 185 in weight. And both reach pretty identical. 80 for Israel Adesanya, 79 for Pereira. Pretty identical, pretty close. Buffer doing the introduction for the main event. Mike Bell, Eric Colin, and Sal Diamato are the judges, and Mark Goddard is the referee. Right now, they're doing a plug for Violent Night about Santa Claus horror movie. I'm trying to read Israel Adesanya's eyes. Man, I know, man. He looks a bit unsure of himself, but that's only just from watching him on TV, right? I can only imagine what they're thinking. You know what I mean? Like, you trying to take this away from me, Alex Pereira? It's like how I'm picturing Izzy thinking, maybe. And then Pereira's like, "You're not going to stand in my way. I'm going to be champion. This is my time." You know what I mean? That's how it feels. I'll never know what they're really thinking, but that's how it feels. We're about to get to the main event here. This is fucking awesome. Adesanya versus Pereira. Got fucking Bruce Buffer doing the introduction, carrying notes for like a minute long. It's time. This is awesome. 5 rounds. Let's do this. Introducing first, fighting. We got Alex Pereira, 6'1", 6'4", 184.5 pounds, and what you call it, plus 185 underdog. Fighting out of Danbury, Connecticut, way of San Bernardo. I can't fucking pronounce the place. He's from Brazil. Brazil. Here we go. Alex Pereira is gonna fucking dominate tonight. I hope. Half the crowd cheers for Alex Pereira, half the crowd boos for Alex Pereira. Now introducing the champ, Israel Adesanya. Auckland, New Zealand. Reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion, Israel Adesanya. Let's do this. More than half the crowd cheers for Adesanya, less than half boos. So I guess everybody's going for Adesanya in that Madison Square Garden. Well, not everybody, but it feels like 33% of the people are going for Alex Pereira, judging by the cheers for each fighter. But here we go. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Go Alex Pereira. We'll see what happens. Going round number 1. Front kick attempt by Alex Pereira. Didn't land. First one to land was a kick to the legs from Adesanya to Pereira. Low leg kick from Adesanya to Pereira. Middle of the ring, feeling each other out. Adesanya feels a little bit different this time around. Inside kick from Adesanya to the lower leg of Pereira. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left, round one. Outside leg kick from Adesanya to Pereira. Pereira with the outside leg kick to Adesanya. Another outside leg kick to Adesanya. That was nice. Adesanya switches stances after that leg kick. Oh, it kicks that another front leg kick from Pereira in that switch stance that Izzy is in. Pereira with a kick to the body. Outside leg kick from Izzy. Midsection jab from Izzy to Pereira. Ooh, high kick from Pereira. Didn't quite land 100%. Daniel Cormier saying that Izzy needs to check more kicks. We got 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in round number one. Adesanya versus Pereira. Nice inside leg kick from Adesanya to Pereira. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. Both fighters in the middle of the ring. Adesanya right above the monster logo. Nice body kick from Adesanya to Pereira. Another body kick from Adesanya to Pereira. Good head movement from Adesanya. Nice jab from Adesanya. Izzy's starting to pick it up just a little bit. Starting to psych out Pereira just a bit. Right now they're fighting Izzy's fight is what it looks like. We got 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in round number one. Pereira is, is acting on the feints of Izzy right now. So Pereira's gotta take a chance if he wants to win this. Pereira went for a lethal left hook there. He missed. Izzy was waiting for it. He was ready for it. We got 2 minutes, 18 seconds left, round number one. That cross and southpaw position by Izzy is working pretty well for him. Body kick from Izzy to Pereira. Leg kick from Izzy to Pereira. 2 minutes left, round number one. Nice jab from Pereira. High kick from Izzy to Pereira. You can see Pereira swelling underneath his right eye. 12 kicks from Pereira, 9 kicks from Adesanya. Both are landing a lot of strikes. It's a good fight. Nice left high kick from Pereira. Wow, these guys are doing awesome. Nice body kick from Adesanya to Pereira. Got a minute, 30 seconds left, round number one. Nice outside leg kick from Pereira to Adesanya. Right now, Pereira is kind of advancing on Adesanya just a bit more than Adesanya. Adesanya keeps shuffling, though, to keep distance so that he doesn't get trapped in between Pereira and the cage. Izzy keeps shuffling to the side to try to find better leverage against Pereira. Doesn't want to stand right in front of Pereira, that's for sure. 50 seconds left, round number one. A lot of good footwork by both fighters. Good kick to the body from Pereira to Adesanya. Wow, Pereira went in for a lethal fucking knee there. Adesanya just missed it. Good left from Pereira to Adesanya. Right now, Izzy is trying to wrestle Pereira. Pereira's like, nope, not happening. Good body shots from Pereira. And right now, Izzy has Pereira locked up with his body there, standing on his feet with Pereira against the cage. That Clark, what you call it? Dan Gable grip. Yeah, you get it. Yeah. Okay, so 3 seconds, round number. Wow, with 3 seconds left, round number one. What you call it? Izzy hurt Alex Pereira really bad there. Almost knocked him out. If the timer, if it went longer, man, wow. Izzy would have knocked out Alex Pereira there if if Pereira didn't get saved by the bell there, but Pereira got fucking almost knocked out on his feet there. I think they're gonna go to round 2, but still, that was crazy. Right now, the officials are checking out Pereira. But yeah, there was a really nice strike from Izzy to Pereira. Nice right to the right on the jawline there. He caught him on this side and then on this side, Izzy did to Pereira, and that almost knocked out Pereira. Pereira was like wobbly on his feet at the end of round number 1. So Alex Pereira is saved by the bell here. I hope round number 2 is different. Come on, Pereira. Come on, Pereira. Come on, Pereira. Right. Outside leg kick to land. First strike by Izzy. Round number 2. Nice front kick from Izzy to Alex Pereira. Right now, Izzy is psyching out Alex Pereira quite a bit. Izzy is starting to have more fun with it, which is dangerous for Alex Pereira. Left hook from Adesanya. Adesanya going in for a knee. I think Adesanya is getting a little bit too cocky here. All right, come on, Alex Pereira. All right, 4 minutes, 15 seconds left, round number 2. Nice leg kicks again from Izzy to Alex. Alex is looking for that left hook, of course. Izzy keeps throwing, like just standard boxing, man. He's doing really good kickboxing against Alex Pereira, and he's psyching out Alex Pereira. Right now, Alex Pereira is trying to control the fight on their feet right now, but right now, Izzy, you can see Izzy feeling really good right now about this fight. We got 3 minutes, 40 seconds left. Round number 2. Adesanya keeps that jab up in the southpaw position. Oh, switched back. Really good leg kicks from Adesanya to Pereira in round number 2 so far. Nice straight jab to Alex Pereira's face from Izzy. Come on, Alex Pereira. Got 3 minutes, 5 seconds left in round number 2. Good jab from Alex Pereira to Izzy. Both fighters here are having... Oh, man, that was a strong jab from Alex Pereira to Izzy. Wow, man. Stunned Izzy just a little bit there. Come on, Alex. Come on, Alex. Wow. That was cool. Israel Adesanya gave a couple of shots to Alex Pereira when they're in tight up against the cage on their feet. Right now, Izzy has one underhook on, pushing Alex Pereira up against the cage. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, round number 2. Both fighters on their feet. Wow, Izzy went for a single leg takedown. Didn't work for Alex Pereira. He's like, nope, fuck that. Come on, Alex Pereira. All right, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. Pereira is trying to fight off Izzy's wrestling on their feet against the cage. Get out of there, Alex Pereira. Get out of there. Get back in the center of the ring. Okay, they're both on their feet right now. Alex Pereira more in the center of the octagon. 2 minutes left, round number 2. Come on, Alex Pereira. Nice jab, though. Jab work by Izzy, round number 2. Awesome. Pereira's looking for that big haymaker on the left hook there. I mean, it can happen because Izzy is eating a few of those lefts. Wow, another straight left from Alex Pereira to Izzy. If Izzy eats too many of those, you know what I mean? It's crazy. But that's how they kind of teach you in kickboxing to eat the punch, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, 1 minute, 20 seconds left, round number 2. Couple of good combination from Alex Pereira right there. 1 minute, 15 seconds left. Significant strikes, 17 Pereira, 17 Adesanya, 13 Pereira. This is awesome. Got 1 minute left, round number 2. Izzy is pushing Pereira up against the cage with the wrestling grip. Has one underhook and one over. Man, both fighters doing excellent work, fighting their hearts out. I hope Pereira turns into a savage right away and starts bludgeoning fucking Izzy right away, if possible, right? We'll see what happens. Okay, couple of knees standing so close together up against the cage. Okay, they broke apart. They're in the middle of the ring now. Got 30 seconds left, round number 2. Nice high leg kick to the face from Pereira to Adesanya. That was awesome by Alex. Good work. Adesanya, good jab. Good 1-2 by him. Got 10 seconds left in round number 2. Come on, Alex Pereira. Come on, Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira shoots in for a takedown. He took down Adesanya. Fuck yeah. So, what you call it? At the end of round number 2, Alex Pereira took down Adesanya. Fuck yeah. It might be 1-1 rounds. Round number 1, Adesanya. Round number 2, Pereira. This is a fight, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves a really good fucking fight here. All right, we're in the corner of Israel Adesanya in between round number 2 and 3. Showing a couple of replays of Izzy's jab to the face of Alex Pereira. And both of them are landing jabs to each other's faces. So this is a beautiful fight, ladies and gentlemen. One fuck of a good fight. And they're showing that replay of the head kick where it bounces off the shoulder of Izzy and like hits Izzy in like the neck / like fucking jaw. But yeah, that takedown at the end of round number 2 from Alex Pereira to Izzy, that was awesome. Maybe Pereira can pull something like that out of his hat at the beginning of the fight. At the beginning of round number 3. That'd be fucking sweet. All right, round number 3. Here we go. Pereira versus Adesanya. Both fighters have a round each. And right now, this will be a tie-breaking round, most likely. We got a nice jab from Adesanya. Jab attempt from Pereira. Back and forth now. Both fighters in the center of the octagon on top of the monster logo. Pereira trying to own the ring a little bit more than Adesanya. Inside leg kick from Adesanya to Pereira. Every time Adesanya lands something, Pereira goes in for something. But Adesanya is moving way too fast right now. I hope Pereira can pull something out of his hat, though. We'll see. Nice outside leg kick from Adesanya to Pereira. Adesanya's jab is doing really well for him. He should keep up that jab. Couch coaching. But we got 4 minutes left in round number 3. Adesanya kind of working on Pereira with his jab and the leg kicks. Oh, nice kick to the body from Pereira. Ooh, a good takedown from, to Adesanya to Pereira. Took down Pereira over there for a second. Oh my God. Adesanya has the back of Izzy just a little bit here. Come on, Izzy. Get back up on your feet, man. Okay, well, Izzy's on the ground right now. Alex Pereira's on the ground right now. And Izzy kind of has back control of Pereira. It's crazy. Mixing up my names here. This is a good fight. We got 3 minutes, 13 seconds left. Round number 3. Izzy has the back of Alex Pereira. And he's trying to climb on top of him, trying to get some kind of back control. Pereira's trying to buck him off of him. It's crazy. 3 minutes left, round number 3. There's plenty of time for Izzy to do something here in this position. And right now, Pereira's in trouble, I think, here. We got 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Pereira's trying to stand back up on his feet here. But Izzy is putting all of his body weight on top of Pereira. If Alex Pereira can work Izzy off of him. Maybe he can get a back up on his feet, but it looks like Izzy's going to stay on top of the back of Pereira right now. Like he's kind of meshing almost, you know what I mean? Just pushing down his body weight on top of him. It's crazy. It's been such an awkward position for Alex Pereira as well. We got 2 minutes, 15 seconds left, round number 3. Right now, like the control that Izzy has by having the back of Alex Pereira like this with the way, like, I know it's like a downward dog position almost where Pereira is, it's crazy. Izzy's trying to do a leg hook to take Pereira down to the ground and get his back and all that shit, but they're kind of stuck in that position. Alex Pereira's almost on his feet though. Izzy's really like doing a good job at keeping Alex Pereira down, tiring out Alex Pereira, that's for sure. He might be able to take away the power of Alex Pereira just by tiring him out. Fuck. Hmm. Alex, they had like a bit of a scramble there. Alex Pereira went in for a leg lock for a second there and he gave it up right away. And right now, Alex Pereira is in full guard. Round number 3, definitely so far going to Israel Adesanya. But we got 1 minute left and a full guard by Alex Pereira. Adesanya is trying to figure out how to pass Alex Pereira's guard, but he is feeding Pereira a couple of nice elbows, using all of his body weight as leverage. Alex Pereira is kind of just fighting to survive this round. If he can pull it off, I hope that he does some kind of miracle fucking knockout in round 4, but we'll see what happens here. We got 30 seconds left. Round number 3. Still full guard, Alex Pereira. Is he trying to break that full guard? Is he postures up? Kind of letting Alex Pereira stand up, maybe? I don't know, man. What the fuck? Izzy's trying to do something here. Oh, nice axe kick to the body from Izzy to Alex Pereira with 5 seconds left. And that's the end of round number 3. Wow. That was a really, really round for Israel Adesanya. Adesanya is in the lead with 1 round as his favor. That might be a 10-8 round for Israel Adesanya. Right now, you could see Alex Pereira breathing really hard because that almost entire round, Adesanya had back control, pushing all of his body weight on top of Alex Pereira. And right now, Alex Pereira looks tired, maybe looks a little bit defeated. I hope he can pull something off here in round number 4. At this point, it feels like Alex Pereira is going to have to get lucky in order to win this fucking thing. The only way Alex Pereira can do it is if he wins these 2 rounds, or if he knocks Izzy out or submits him, or I don't know, a light falls on Izzy's head. But we'll see what happens. Alex Pereira looks exhausted right now. Israel Adesanya has a couple of like bruises, what it looks like, but he looks like he's in good shape right now. He's not breathing as hard as Pereira. Both fighters look pretty tired out though. We got 4 minutes, 45 seconds, round number 4. Outside leg kick from Adesanya to Pereira. Right now, both fighters in the center of the octagon. I like the way Israel Adesanya switches stances. Like his diverse fighting style. It's really awesome. I mean, they're both good in both stances, but you know what I mean. There we go. High leg kick from Israel Adesanya to Pereira. That didn't really quite land. Good block from Pereira. We got 4 minutes, 10 seconds left. Round number 4. Come on, Pereira. Pereira. We have 3 minutes, 50 seconds left. Round 4, main event, Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Anything could happen. Got That was a really good strike from Adesanya to Pereira. Nice right cross to the face. Right now, Izzy has his back up against the cage. A little bit of a dangerous game to play with Pereira. But Pereira is pretty exhausted, and I think Israel Adesanya can sense that. Wow, really good combination from Adesanya. We got 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in round number 4. Right now, Adesanya is kind of out kickboxing Pereira. Pereira he was so tired out from that third round with Izzy having so much control. Nice body kick from Adesanya to Pereira there. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left, round number 4. Right now, Izzy's kind of just almost toying with him, but he's got to be careful not to toy with Pereira too much. Because history has taught us that this Alex Pereira knockout comes out of nowhere like lightning. But he is tired out after round number 3. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Both fighters in the center of the octagon. Round number 4. Right on top of the monster logo. Izzy doing that really good step in, jab, stick and move. Really good head movement from Izzy. I really hope that Alex Pereira can catch Izzy's fucking jawline with all that head movement Izzy's trying to pull off. Izzy's trying to go in for a takedown. Alex Pereira's tiredly trying to fight him off. It's crazy. He's got Adesanya pushing Alex Pereira up against the cage, both on their feet. Izzy's trying to take down Izzy's trying to take down Alex Pereira. Minute 45 seconds left, round number 4. Both fighters on their feet. Izzy is clinching against Pereira, trying to jab at each other with nice knee from Pereira when they're both so close together. But yeah, you see Izzy grappling like this and just like, like a pro, man. It's awesome. I didn't think UFC compared to the kickboxing would make this fight that much different, but you can see the wrestling that Izzy is utilizing on. We got a minute, 10 seconds left, round number 4. Nice punch from Pereira. Daniel Cormier saying if Pereira can make something big happen. But we got 1 minute left, round number 4. That was a really big jab from Pereira to Adesanya. Wow, good combination from Pereira to Adesanya. Izzy keeps going for that underhook kind of clinch, Cormier is kind of picking it apart as Israel sensed the danger, so he went in for a clinch, body clinch kind of thing. We got 35 seconds left, round number 4, and you got Israel kind of hanging on to him with that wrestling gable grip there. And right now, Izzy's trying to pull down Alex Pereira with a single leg takedown. Didn't work out. I feel like Pereira's doing more damage in the close areas than Izzy is, but this fight is so fucking close. I love it. Oh, really good, stunning combination from Alex Pereira to Israel Adesanya at the end of round number 3 or 4. End of round number 4. Sorry, I'm mixing my rounds. That was the end of round number 4. Alex Pereira finished with a really good combination against Izzy there. That was great. We're going to round number 5. I'm thinking round number 1, Izzy. Round number 2, Alex Pereira. Round number 3, definitely Izzy. Round number 4, probably tied. So number 5 is potentially a decider. Right now, Alex Pereira's coach is like, you have 1 round left. Do it. Pereira's coach calling for more combinations. I love the way Alex Pereira's corner is like, you're going to be a world champion right now. You're going to fuck him up. But we'll see what happens. We got 1 more round, 5 more minutes. will decide it all, ladies and gentlemen. This is fucking amazing. Okay, last round, final 5 minutes. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Who the fuck will win? This is awesome. Jesus fucking Christ. Here we go. All right, round number 5. Outside leg kick from Israel Adesanya. Body kick, Israel Adesanya. Jab, Pereira. Didn't quite work out. Ooh, body jab from Pereira. A couple good shots to the body from Pereira. Izzy is trying to clinch up against Alex Pereira, though. Man, this is such an equal fight. It's crazy. Nice body punch from Alex to Izzy. Nice face hit from Alex to Izzy. Izzy has been clinching up a lot, man. A lot. The judges might kind of see that as Izzy trying to take, like a breather or something like that. But I don't know. We'll see, man. This is crazy. Round number 3 has pushed this fight into Izzy's favor, I believe. We got 4 minutes left. Round number 5. Oh, what's called a leg kick from Adesanya makes Adesanya fall down because Alex Pereira checked Izzy's fucking kick, and it hurt his leg, and he rolled back. It was unreal. Here we go, man. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left. Round number 5. Good elbow from Adesanya to Pereira. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Round number 5. Come on, Pereira. I want to see a new champion tonight. Come on, Pereira. Another new champion tonight. Come on, Pereira. More significant strikes have been landed from Adesanya than Pereira, if you tally them all up. But come on, Pereira. Oh, a good left hook to Adesanya from Pereira. Adesanya is stumbling on his feet. Pereira is working on him. He's teeing off on him. He's about to knock him out. He's about to knock him out. It's over, baby. Fuck yeah. Round number 5. 3 minutes left. Alex Pereira with the fucking win. Fuck yeah. All right. That was a great fight, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck yeah. Yes. Fuck yeah. Glover Teixeira rushes into the octagon to celebrate with Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira knocks out Israel Adesanya again. Unbelievable. Wow. That was amazing. Alex Pereira is the new world champion after 4 fights in the UFC. That's pretty fucking awesome, I think. That was a great fight. Thing is, Izzy was feeling too good with his back up against the cage, which kind of gave extra leverage towards Alex Pereira. And Alex Pereira ends up finishing Izzy with 3 minutes left in round number 5. That is fucking awesome. That is fucking amazing. That was great, man. All the fucking combinations that Alex Pereira was pulling off in that last, couple seconds with that 3 minutes left in the 5th round was fucking amazing. Alex Pereira is your new champion, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're just waiting for the buff man, Bruce Buffer, to read the official results, and then we'll go to the interview. But they keep showing the replay of Alex Pereira doing his combinations up against Izzy to finish off the fight. Great knockout. Alex Pereira, your new champion, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's going to be champion for 4 fights. No, I'm joking. I can't call it. I hope Alex Pereira is champion for a long time, though. That was awesome. Respect to Izzy. That was a really good performance. He was winning that fight up until the knockout, I believe. But you got yourself a new champion, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Pereira, your new fucking champion. Adesanya kind of just sitting in the corner before they read the official results. You just can't believe that this was taken away from him, is what it looks like. And Pereira was like, yeah, this is mine. Goddard's about to raise the hand of Alex Pereira. Winner by TKO and new. Yeah. Alex Pereira, your new middleweight champion, ladies and gentlemen. No more style bender. Alex Pereira. I knew it, man. I knew it. But I didn't want to, count out Izzy ever. You know what I mean? Like, respect to both fighters. We're at the Alex Pereira after fight interview. Alex Pereira is kind of tearing up a bit. He's got a translator. His translator is kind of tearing up. Seven-fight win streak, Alex Pereira. Just listening to Alex Pereira. He's about to be translated in a second here. Looks like he's thanking a lot of people. We'll see what he says here. I'll let you know. I feel so good. I train all my life. I work hard for this. He apologized to everybody for some trash talk. He had to get it into his head. Alex Pereira, he's humble, man. That's what he's a good champion. He's already a good champion. Respect to the new champion, Alex Pereira. That great left hook, that legendary left hook, all of his body weight. Great, great fights. Alex Pereira, your winner, ladies and gentlemen. This is fucking amazing. They keep showing the replay of the combination that Alex Pereira lands to finish off Adesanya. It's amazing. Wow. All the shots to the temple and the jawline. Amazing. Perfect accuracy. Perfect technique. Amazing. It was a very hard fight. I was going through a fight every day at the gym. For everyone who says they can't do 5 rounds, what I just did right now, I'm ready for the next, is what Alex Pereira is saying. Joe Rogan saying that Alex Pereira is only going to get better at MMA. Congratulating him on his new championship, being the title holder. Thank you, everybody who has been supportive to me. Thank you, Joe Rogan, for believing in me then and now. Alex Pereira being as humble as ever. Congratulations to Alex Pereira, your new champion. Hey, they're all taking a picture with Joe Rogan, his team and Joe Rogan. Once in a lifetime opportunity for Alex Pereira. Well, maybe not for Alex Pereira, but for anybody. That's fucking amazing. Madison Square Garden. Israel Adesanya was kind of like winning the fight until Alex Pereira got the job done. You know? That was fucking amazing. So I guess that that stopped Israel Adesanya from breaking the Silva record and all that stuff. Glover Teixeira is really happy about his boy winning there. You know, that's awesome. See, that's what I like about Alex Pereira. On his way out of the ring, he was like, shaking hands with fans and stuff like that. Like, Alex Pereira is the new champion. He gets the cover of UFC 4. So like that's pretty cool. So UFC 4. But yeah, that's the end of UFC 281. I was hoping that they'd do an after fight interview with Israel Adesanya, but there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. UFC 281. That was fucking awesome. You know, we had Dan Hooker versus that Frankie Edgar. Gutierrez, Chris Gutierrez ended up winning. I can only, give that probably from age. I'm sure Frankie Edgar was in his prime, all that stuff. But man, that was a hell of a good night. Then you had, was it Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler? Michael Chandler was bleeding all over the place, all over on Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier ends up choking him out. It was crazy. So I think that's what happened. I can't remember. It's been such a wild fucking night. Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. Zhang Weili ends up choking out Carla Esparza in the middle of like a crucifix position in a rear naked choke. Amazing. That was a hell of a night, though. So anybody who's watching, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Your new world champion is, again, what's the name? Alex Pereira. I bet on Alex Pereira to win. So tonight was pretty good. I bet $110 on UFC 281. I ended up walking away with $195 basically for my $110 bet. I'll share the results tomorrow in a different video, but that was amazing. UFC 281 was amazing. Anybody who tuned in, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful night. I am done broadcasting my live reaction right now. But again, that was a great night. I'm super excited for UFC 281. But tonight I did bet 110, walked away with 195. So that $85 profit for me, that works for me. That pays for the pay-per-view that I bought into. So it is what it is. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And yeah, that was my live reaction, man, to UFC 281. And I'm excited for 282. Everybody take care. Cheers. Respect.